Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK today. I hope you all are doing very well, and today we'll be discussing the most important MCQs for 15th of May 2024. Let's start with our session. The very first question is, recently where was the 19th session of the United Nations Forum on Forest held? So 19th United Nations Forum on Forest recently convened in New York. Basic aim is to foster the global forest management, conservation and sustainability. Okay, so it was established in the year 2000 and it includes all United Nations member states and specialized agencies with India as a founding member. Headquarters lies in New York and it reports to the General Assembly. Basic objective is to bolster the long-term political commitment to forest issues and promote their sustainable development. Okay, so what was the venue for 19th session of United Nations Forum on Forest? Answer is New York. Next is cricketer Colin Munro, who recently announced his retirement from international cricket, belongs to which country? Here correct answer would be New Zealand, that is C option. So New Zealand cricketer Colin Munro retires from international cricket after a 123 match career with the Black Caps, and last time he played for the New Zealand in 2020 and he was not part of the squad for the 9th ICC Men's T20 World Cup. Now Munro will focus on franchise T20 cricket, having captained Brisbane Heat in the Australian Big Bash League, and the tournament will be held in the West Indies and the US from 1st to 29th of June 2024. Okay, so he is a player from New Zealand. Why he came into news? Because recently he has announced his retirement. Okay, apart from it, recently India and the country Moldova has signed an agreement permitting the visa-free travel for the holders of diplomatic and official passport, and the deal aims to bolster bilateral relations. In the month of January, if you remember, our External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar congratulated Mihai Popsoi on his appointment as Moldova's Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs, right? You can be asked that recently India signed a visa waiver agreement for diplomatic passports along with which country? Answer is Moldova. Okay. Next is, what is Hermes 900 recently seen in the news? This is unmanned aerial system, that is A option, and the Indian Army along with Navy are set to receive the Hermes 900 drones or Drishti 10 so as to enhance their surveillance capabilities. And Hermes 900 is a medium altitude long endurance unmanned aerial system that boasts over the horizon multi-mission capabilities with a payload capacity of 350 kgs, and it facilitates area dominance, intelligence, surveillance, target acquisition and reconnaissance along with ground support and maritime patrol missions so as to enable integrated multi-platform, multi-sensor operation. Okay, so what is this Hermes 900? It is unmanned aerial system. Next is Gulf of Aden, recently seen in the news, is a deep water basin that forms a natural sea link between which two seas? Here correct answer is Red Sea and the Arabian Sea. So pirates' recent assault in the Gulf of Aden sparks alarm, and the Gulf acts as a crucial maritime corridor that connects the Red Sea and Arabian Sea. So it is named after Yemen's port of Aden and it borders Somalia to the south and the Yemen to the north, and the Arabian Sea is in its east and Djibouti to the west. Okay, so this prominent Sheba Ridge characterizes its terrain which extends from Indian Ocean ridge system. So Gulf of Aden is a deep water basin that forms a natural sea link between Red Sea and Arabian Sea. Next is, recently Japan collaborated with which country on a hypersonic missile intercepting system called as GPI project? So Japan-US GPI project aims to intercept hypersonic missiles, and the modified missiles from US Navy ships target the hypersonic weapons in their vulnerable glide phase. So hypersonic missiles exceed Mach 5 speeds, which is nearly 4000 mph, and glide phase sees the weapons separate from the boosters using gravity to accelerate and maneuver towards the target. Okay, so Japan has collaborated with US on a hypersonic missile intercepting system named as JPI project. Recently, which country became the first nation to lose all of its glacier? This question is extremely important, and correct answer is Venezuela. Venezuela loses all its glacier, with the Humboldt Glacier being the last to vanish. Okay. So the International Cryosphere Climate Initiative declares it too small to be classified as a glacier, and now it is termed as an ice field. While no global standard exists, the US Geological Survey suggests around 10 hectares as a guideline for the glacier size. Okay. So recently Venezuela became the first nation to lose all of its glacier. DigiLocker, recently seen in the news, is a flagship initiative of which ministry? Answer is Ministry of Electronics and IT. DigiLocker is initiated by Ministry of Electronics and IT in the year 2015, and it serves as a secure platform for the government documents. Students can access the scores and verify their mark sheets, and it is a kind of government approved with stringent security measures including 2048-bit RSA SSL encryption and multi-factor authentication. Users can store essential documents digitally, which help in creating a paper-free environment. Documents issued via DigiLocker hold legal equivalence to physical copies, and this application supports the passport applications and identify the verification by enhancing the convenience and accessibility. Okay, so DigiLocker is a flagship initiative of Electronics and IT Ministry. Recently, which country is on the verge of a dramatic change to its immigration policy that could reverberate from the dense Darien jungle to the US border? This is the country Panama, which is a Central American country that connects the North and South America. It is poised for a significant immigration policy shift. Potentially, it impact from its dense Darien jungle to the US border, and it is bordered by Costa Rica and Colombia. It boasts the famous Panama Canal cutting through its midsection. With a diverse population and vast rainforest, Panama's cultural tapestry includes indigenous, European, Afro-Caribbean and the global immigrant influences. Okay, so this is the country Panama, which is a Central American country. Which two countries recently carried out the 7th edition of the joint military exercise named as Shakti? So Joint Military Exercise Shakti is a biennial event between India and the French forces, and it recently occurred in Umroi in the state of Meghalaya from 13th to 26th of May 2024. Okay, it is ongoing actually, and it focuses on joint planning and strategy development for war scenarios. Shakti is alternating between India and France. Basic aim here is to enhance cooperation, understanding and interoperability while sharing the combat experiences in countering the terrorism. Okay, so Shakti is the exercise between which two countries? Answer is India and France. Which country recently passed the bill that permits prisoners to join military? Here answer is A option, Ukraine. The Ukraine's parliament has approved a bill permitting the selected prisoners to join the military due to a shortage of troops. Okay, which is a shift from past opposition. The legislation limits the participation to certain prisoner groups with less than 3 years left on their sentence, and despite concerns about discrimination and uncertainties, as Ukraine confronts heightened Russian aggression, efforts to bolster military recruitment have intensified, right? So Ukraine has passed a bill that permits the prisoners to join military. Next is, recently the central government has permitted the exports of 14,000 tons of non-basmati white rice to which country? This is the country Mauritius. Central government has authorized the export of 14,000 tons of non-basmati white rice to Mauritius country, which is a reversal of the ban that was imposed in July 2023 to stabilize the domestic prices and ensure the food security. And the exports will be facilitated through National Cooperative Exports Limited as per the Directorate General of Foreign Trade's notification. Fine. So central government has permitted the exports of 14,000 tons of non-basmati white rice to the country Mauritius. Next is, what is the theme of International Nurses Day 2024? First of all, this day is observed every year on 12th of May to honor the Florence Nightingale's legacy, and some countries extend the celebrations into National Nurses Week. So this day emphasizes the nurses' critical role in the healthcare sector by combating undervaluation. And this year the theme is chosen by International Council of Nurses. The theme is Our Nurses, Our Future, the Economic Power of Care. The theme basically highlights the nurses' impact on the global economy and the need for investment in the profession for better health outcome, right? So International Nurses Day is celebrated on 12th of May, and this year the theme is Our Nurses, Our Future, the Economic Power of Care. Recently, which space organization successfully tested a liquid rocket engine made with the help of 3D printing? This is ISRO. Recently, ISRO has successfully tested a liquid rocket engine made via 3D printing. ISRO utilized the PS-4 engine that was employed in the Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle's fourth stage for this advancement. So 3D printing constructs the objects layer by layer from computer generated design actually, and it reduces the components from 14 to 1, which eliminates 19 weld joints, which saves further 97% of the raw material and cuts the production time by 60%. Okay, so ISRO has successfully tested a liquid rocket engine that was made with the help of 3D printing. Recently, Mikhail Mishustin has been reappointed as the Prime Minister of which country? This is Russia country. Russian President Vladimir Putin has reappointed Mikhail Mishustin as Prime Minister, who is credited with maintaining the stable economic performance amid the Western sanctions, and he submitted his cabinet's resignation as per Russian law during Putin's 5th term inauguration. Okay. So he is a former head of Russia's tax service as well, and he has kept a low political profile and is expected to retain most cabinet members, although Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu's appointment remains uncertain. Okay, simply we have to remember that the new reappointed Prime Minister of country Russia is Mikhail Mishustin. Fine. Now apart from it, DRDO and IIT Bhubaneswar are collaborating to advance the research in the electronics warfare, AI driven surveillance and the power system along with radar system. So DRDO sanctioned 9 projects from the ECS cluster to IIT Bhubaneswar, with 7 more awaiting approval, and it is supported by a 18 crore rupees funding. This partnership signifies an important step towards enhancing India's capabilities in the defense technology and fostering the innovation in critical areas, right? You can be asked that DRDO has recently collaborated with which IIT for undertaking AI driven surveillance and other project. Answer would be IIT Bhubaneswar. Okay. So these are the most important current affairs and the news from today. Before concluding the session, let me tell you that these questions are part of our daily 20 MCQ series in the GK Today Android application. If you want PDF of all these lectures, you can subscribe to that course. Okay. Now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions. And at the end of the lecture, do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, Miruza Hatsana signing off.